Today we're going to be looking for car deals on Facebook Marketplace. I've been doing this for years and I've bought in tons of cars to resell, so here's exactly how I do it. $1,000 for 100,000 miles, that looks like a good deal. Runs and drives no title. If it doesn't have a title, it's not worth buying. Here's another $1,000 car, let's see what's up. Has a misfire, needs work, it is really dirty, it was probably sitting for years, but it could be worth fixing up just because it has, I was gonna say just because it has good miles, but it doesn't even say the miles on it. So I'd ask him how many miles this car has, and I'd see what type of work it needs, because when they sit for super long, they usually need a lot of work. Likely, I'd end up not buying this car, but it's worth messaging the guy. Don't be afraid to just send out a whole bunch of messages and only deal with the cars that are actually worth it, but don't just send a message for no reason. Here's an $1,000 car. It's 4 parts, it doesn't have any engine in it. Another $1,600 car. There's a lot of good deals today. See what they say. He'd trade, but it also looks like he wants $1,600. It says 2,000 miles. It's probably 200,000 miles. Look at that. Okay. I mean, for $1,600, this is probably a great deal. We don't know the miles. That's the biggest problem, and we don't even know if he wants $1,600 for it. So I'd message him and just ask him a couple questions and see if it's worth it. This one says free. We all know they're never free. Let's see what they say. DM me for price. Yeah, we don't want this thing. This thing looks pretty beat up. Maybe it's been sitting for a while. It needs body work. Yeah, that thing's been sitting for a long time. It would take way too long to fix up. $800 for a truck? Needs an engine. Not replacing an engine, I'll tell you that. Right here's a $1,400 car. He says mechanic special, transmission needs repair, solenoid. When they say that, usually the transmission's broken, so that's a no. Even if it is just a sensor, most of the time it's not, so I won't even message them or go check it out to see if it is. It has a lot of miles, but it is a Jeep. It's 4-wheel drive. $1,500 or best offer, so he'll take a cheaper price, which is cool. In reverse, you have to give it gas, meaning the transmission isn't the best, but it's only in reverse, so might not be too bad. It seems like it needs some work, so we're going to take this car and compare it with other ones and see what they're going for to see if it's actually worth our time. Yeah, it seems like they're going for $3,000, $2,000. They're around that range when they're fixed up. So to buy this for $1,500 isn't worth it. Maybe if you could get it for like $700, I'd buy it. Let's keep scrolling. Like this, I won't take it because it's way too high miles and most people just won't buy cars with that high miles. $3,000 for a pretty new car. It got totaled to hail damage, salvage car. But this one's actually probably salvaged from the hail damage, which isn't actually too bad, because it didn't crash, so nothing's completely messed up. Driver door latch, that's not a big issue. And the sunshade, yeah, that doesn't matter. So it actually seems like this car is a really good car. It is salvage, which is unfortunate, which you can obviously see there's hail damage right there. You can see on all the top parts where the hail would have hit, it broke. And then the hail probably hit the tail light. And normally I'll never buy cars that are salvaged, because when they're in an accident, they just have a whole bunch of problems. And they're negotiable on the price, they say. It's $3,000, which is kind of high just because of the problems. The interior, it's dirty, which is kind of good for us because it can be cleaned up, but it can be used to negotiate the price down. Let's see what these things are going for with around 80,000 miles. Here in another tab, all of these are a lot higher miles, and there's some up to $5,000. And a lot of the lower mile ones are a lot higher prices, and there's really not many with 80,000 miles, and the ones at 100,000 are like 5,000. And yeah, those are probably fixed up, but on this one, if we could clean it up, I wouldn't even get all the hail damage out. I'd just fix it a little bit, just try and learn how to do PDR. You can replace that tail light. Is that a sticker? I think that's a sticker. It should come off. If it's messed up paint, then you could just paint over it a little bit with touch up somehow. But this is actually a really good deal, and most people wouldn't really want to buy it at $3,000, so you actually have a good chance to get it for $2,000, even $2,500. Seems like it'd be really worth it, and you could make a couple grand profit. This one's by far the best deal we've found so far. My favorite mileage to look is right around 100,000, but the car is really beat up, so you can fix it up. And people love buying 100,000 mile cars as long as they're fixed up. And fixing them increases the value, and usually it's really easy stuff to fix. But now on this car, it is a nicer car. Like, look at that interior. He doesn't say there's any issues with it, which is pretty cool. So let's just see what they're going for at 100,000 miles. And this one might be another good deal for us. They actually aren't going for too much here in Colorado area. So I actually thought this was a deal. It doesn't seem like that good of a deal. So we'll just move on, find another car. 2018 for $1,000. Yeah, it has decently high miles, but looks like a dealership. Yeah, it's financing. It's not actually $1,000. A Jeep, $1,000 could be good. No title. Even if they're perfect cars, without a title, you can't register it. You can't really sell it. It's illegal to be driving it. It's not worth the deal with. When you see something like this car, not even going to click it because it's obviously in a dealership. You can even see motors in the back end. Become a sperm donor. Maybe you could make some money that way. Right here, the next car, $1,000 or best offer, transmission slipping. Again, we don't want to deal with transmissions. $900. There's some pretty cheap cars here. No title. Everyone doesn't have any titles. I don't get how you lose a title to a car because, yeah, it's just paper, but losing the title literally ruins the whole car's value, like thousands of dollars. Needs a transmission, again. Even being $700, if you could get it for like $200, you could sell it to a junkyard, maybe $400 or $500. But other than that, it's not worth it. All right, here's a $1,200 Dodge, 130,000 miles, needs transmission. Nope. 90,000 miles, $1,500. Engine blown, head gasket, a lot of work, not worth it. That's definitely not the right price. Won't even click it. And yeah, it says dealership there. Chevy Impala, price is all right. Cosmetic, they say, so just what we can see in the pictures. It's pretty stained. It's gonna need a serious detail, and these things aren't gonna really sell for that much. You could make a few $100s. Just not worth it to risk that money just to make a little bit. And it's better if you could just find a car where you can make $2,000 profit without even doing much to it. This one, I clicked on it and I wasn't even really interested in it, but he does say or best offer. It's a big SUV, which people love. So I would just shoot this guy a low offer, see what he would take for it. Try to get him to the bottom dollar without even going to see it and see how he reacts. And then maybe you could go show up if it's really worth it. $800, 150,000 miles. Jumped timing. It's jumped timing. It's just not going to be worth fixing the timing on this thing. You could make a little money, but it's a lot of work. Seems kind of cheap. What's up with this? It's Gmail. That's a scam. When they put in their email, they're just going to try and get money out of you. Here's another good one. It overheated, just been sitting. And then he says he replaced the ignition coils, which don't relate to the overheating. So he probably did that right before. But this guy thinks his car's just trash. Ooh, he took it apart. Yeah, he took it apart. He's doing his own work on it. I'm not going to deal with it because it probably has a bigger overheating problem. If he already tried to fix it and like you're going to have to go there and put it back apart. No. Good motor, transmission needs work. So no. Let's keep trolling, see what else there is. This one just has too many miles. The price is good though. Another pretty good price. I would like to see the miles a little lower. We'll need to support the engine. Like, hopefully it's engine mounts and not a broken engine, but we'll just move on. Better cars out there for sure. An SUV, good miles, good price. Needs work, slows down, sluggish. May need catalytic converter. Catalytic converters are expensive, but it also could not be that. It could be something else slowing it down. But I'll trust him on that. When it's a catalytic converter, you might end up spending $1,000, and then it just be the normal price for these things. So it's better to buy another car. $1,500 Audi, spark plug failure, don't have the time to fix. Plate adjustable price, he's like saying he can register it for you or something. It's not in the best condition. The paint's all faded. There's broken stuff all around. I'd ask him maybe $700, maybe $1,000. Let's see if it's worth paying $1,000 for. Here we're just searching up for other ones to see if it's actually worth it. And it seems like these things are actually going for pretty good prices. They are nice cars. So we could actually make some money on this as long as we could negotiate it down. And it seems like he says adjustable price, meaning he's probably negotiable on it. Could be a good deal. $2,000 for a Jaguar. 86,000 miles. That's a little odd. He's like trying to advertise himself. Not sure what's up with that. I don't really trust him at all. Yeah, it looks like a flipper. And I mean, for $2,000, this would be a great car for someone. But it's a little weird. There's nothing really to fix up and flip. Let's see what else is out there. I just keep getting these sperm donations, but $2,400 a month. Let's go. All right, here's a whole bunch of cars that are all priced pretty cheap. So we're going to go through every single one, and I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. This one, the miles seem pretty high for what it is, but the price is cheap. So we're going to click on it, see what pops up. If it'll load, come on, there we go. No issues. It's been parked for a while, which probably led to some issues. You can see there's a dent in the hood, and really there's nothing else wrong with it. It actually seems like a pretty good car. This one I'd message him and actually maybe buy. Let's see what the next one is. This one is just too high of a price for the miles, and I won't even click it. This one, again, high miles, really high, so nobody's really going to want to buy it from you. Next one, miles are a little high, but the price is great. The price is firm. The motor sounds, meaning it probably needs a new motor. So that'll be a no from us. $550, what's up with this? Have title, lost key. Radiator needs to be fixed. Front bumper, lights, windshield. He names a lot of stuff wrong with it. But, I mean, it is a good car. He doesn't tell us the miles, which is the only problem. But if you could show up and actually get a key made for this thing to start it up and just make sure it drives, it actually would be a worthwhile flip. And any car for $550 is going to be worth it if it's running and driving. This one, it's way too high priced. Decent price, decently high miles, but with a transmission problem, so we don't want it. This thing's way too old for us. It's going to have all sorts of problems. It doesn't drive. You can see there's no windshield. $2,000 for a BMW, and it looks pretty nice. It's completely dirty. It's probably been sitting there for quite a long time. Let's read the description, see what they say. Runs and drives, brakes, and AC. Could probably use a tune-up and oil change. It's been sitting, like I said. Started, moved around the yard. Trade, but haven't transferred the title, but signed in the correct spot. So he's trying to flip this probably. I don't know if he's actually flipping it or if he's just doing like the flip thing because the title's already signed. But for $2,000, he's probably bought it for $1,000 and he's trying to fix it up and he couldn't fix it up. So this is kind of a beat up car and we're not going to want it. Yeah, if you show up in person, it might be worth it, but I wouldn't deal with it. $1,500, a Jaguar. Needs piston rings. Basically needs an engine. We don't want it. This one, it's all right. Really high miles. This one just kind of looks like a scam. They don't say the miles. All right, let's see what we can find. Let's go on to the next one. $1,900. Car's pretty clean. The only thing I notice is all the tires in the back, which means he's some sort of auto work. There's some cars in the back. So maybe it's a broken car. Or he's just trying to resell it because he doesn't want it anymore. So you'd have to figure out the situation with this car. But for the price, let's see what these things are going for. And maybe we could actually make a good profit on it. $1,900, $3,000. Yeah, there's not really many for sale. You probably could sell it for $3,000 if it was all good and going. Just depends on the miles. This thing's pretty cool. It's older. Top not for sale. It needs some work. Looks kind of sketchy. Paint's not good. It's right for someone, but it's kind of a project car probably. Another cheap car. And it runs and drives, transmission problems. All these cars, they're basically trash when they need transmission problems, which is why there's so many on here. Because people are just posting them and nobody wants to buy them. Doesn't run, had it for a year, negotiable price. It seems to me like he bought it for a year, drove it around, and then it stopped running and he just forgot about it. Which is actually good to see because it means he hasn't tried to fix it up much. So maybe it's an easy fix, but you'll have to go in person and see if it's an easy fix, but don't buy it unless you can diagnose it and actually know what's wrong with it. Cheap car, looks lowered. Yeah, I don't buy modded out cars because they're usually destroyed and nobody wants them modded how you did it. And he says he's willing to transfer the title. That's totally fine. It's just the modding that it's not worth it. 2015 Jaguar. It looks like a dealership. Yeah, he's just got all these cars and he's trying to sell it. Doesn't turn on. He's probably tried to fix it. He wasn't able to fix it, so now he's just trying to sell it to get to the next person that hopefully can fix it, I guess. But I bet it's harder to fix than we think. The paint looks horrible on this thing, but the price is good. Doesn't run. All it needs is spark plugs. He's definitely just lying just to try and sell it to you. He does say or best offer, so $400. Yeah, I mean, I'd take it for $400. $900. It is cheap, high miles, but I bet it's got all sorts of problems. Like stuff like that I won't even click. And then this one, it looks a little bit like a dealership. Not going to click it. I mean, it's a 2009 Honda Accord. Good miles. He kind of wrote the listing weird. It's almost like it was a dealership, but it's probably not. He just wrote it weird. It's actually not too bad of a car. There is the steering wheel. When the steering wheels are messed up, you can't really do much about that. And then their seats are probably messed up. They got covers all over them. It's all right price. Let's see what they're going for and see if it's even worth it to like message him and try and negotiate it down or something. Yeah, it's not even worth it. A lot of these are going for pretty cheap. On to finding the next car. This one, it's a little more expensive than what we've been looking at, but it does have some pretty low miles. It looks pretty clean. Just look through all the pictures, make sure there's nothing huge that stands out, but I actually like it. So we're gonna take this car, compare it with some other similar cars. There's ours. Here's another one around the same price. It doesn't say the miles. Let's see if they say the miles in the description. 140,000. See, ours only has 64,000. And a lot of these aren't as low as miles as ours. Here's another one, 5,000, right around our miles. It is rare for this car to have that low of miles, But this might actually be worth it if you could get it for $3,500. You might be able to sell it for maybe even $5,000 if you took really good pictures. You left it listed for a little longer than normal. So I'd consider this car. I'd go check it out at least. I almost considered this car, but it's a parts car. There's no title, so it's no reason to deal with it. This, you can see the picture's just really good. The car's nice. Obviously, it's not $1,000, so don't even click it. In cars like this, it looks really nice and it's a good price, but the miles are just kind of high, so it's not worth buying. $700 for a Mazda. That's what we like to see. Missing the lid of the cart. See if he shows any pictures of whatever he's talking about. This car's really beat up. You can see the whole front was painted. He just like painted over the door, the faded paint. It is cheap, but that's not something you really want to deal with. This is more like it. Suzuki, $1,200. It's a bonded title. The description, yeah, the transmission failed. It kind of seemed like there was something up. Here's a pretty low mile car. $2,300 from it. It says he paid $2,300 from it and he bought it from some guy that took the cats off, so those are pretty expensive to replace. And there's no power steering pump. You're gonna need a new one, replace the fluid, figure out what's wrong with that. So it seems like it needs some fixes, but they aren't too bad. The only thing is the converter, which could be a big problem depending on the price. So let's just see what these things are going for to see if it'd be worth fixing up. But you could fix it up in a day easy once you have the parts. Yeah, it seems like you'd get maybe $3,000 for it. So I'm actually going to take this car and see what the catalytic converter costs, because if it's not that expensive, it could be worth it. Yeah, as you can see, we want to replace it with an OEM one, which is around $1,000. These are all just aftermarket ones that usually won't clear the code and aren't fully legal. So this is going to be a no, because by the time you invest all the money into it, it's going to be worth what it's worth and you won't be able to make any profit. All right, this is old car, all right price. Does he say the miles? Yeah, he didn't even say the miles, so it's not even worth asking because probably way too high and not worth it. I mean, here's a Jeep Liberty. Seems all right. Not running. It's not all right. $800. The hood's popped, so that's not a good sign. Probably has some problems. Starts and runs, but like the engine covers off and it looks like it's been sitting there for super long. Yeah. I wonder why it's so cheap. I'm actually going to click this one. It's pretty higher price, but I'm not sure what these things are going for in this area. So let's just see what it says. Yeah, that one's way higher priced, but I honestly just kind of like these cars. I used to own a newer Cayenne, but that one's not going to be a good deal. Mazda 3, high miles. Title has a loan, but they won't come get it. He's just saying to drive it illegally, basically. We don't want it. And it's a manual transmission, and those things, it's just harder to sell because not many people know how to drive manual. And even if they do, it's not fun to just drive a manual car. Might as well just drive automatic. Damn, $750 for a Jeep? Can negotiate price. Been sitting for 5 years. Yeah, when they're just sitting for even 2 years, you start to have to replace a lot of stuff. And I'll never really buy one of those to flip unless it's a really good deal for what it is. If you enjoyed this video, click this video to see how to actually learn how to flip cars instead of just watching how to find the deals, because there's a lot more to it. And as always, I'm wishing you a lucky day.